Operation Varsity Blues was reported as one of the biggest college admission scandals in history. It included the convictions of celebrities like Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman. And now author John Wilson has written a new book called Varsity Blues: The Scandal Within the Scandal, that reveals some shocking tactics used by federal prosecutors that led to his false arrest and wrongful convictions. John's a father, successful businessman, and a Harvard graduate who is sharing his story and the challenges of clearing his name. John, welcome to Cincy Lifestyle.
It's great to be here and get our story out there. Thank you.
Well, I'm sure that folks remember the story. It was pretty much everywhere. Why do you feel it's important for you to share your story?
I grew up in the projects of Hartford, Connecticut, with a single mom and 3 half-siblings. I picked tobacco from the ages of 12 to 16 to help my family scrape by. Education and hard work helped me escape the projects and launch a successful career. But none of that prepared me for the 6 years of emotional and financial hell that the government would put my entire family through. Our book, The Scandal Within the Scandal, shares the untold story about how our family was falsely accused in the Varsity Blues case by overly zealous prosecutors who weaponized our system of justice to boost their careers.
Well, John, can you tell us how and why you were caught up in all this?
99% of Singer's clients, he had 3,000 clients, were never convicted. They were wholesome accounts, as he called them. I was the only one of his accounts that was living in Massachusetts. And the Boston-based prosecutors needed to justify bringing all the trials and all the Hollywood celebrities from California to Boston. They needed one Boston-based person. Despite the mountain of evidence that they had, it didn't matter. We were simply collateral damage to bring the media spotlights in this high-profile case to Boston.
And what were some examples of the overreach?
The prosecutors began by piling on charges after charges in superseding indictments. They ultimately charged me with 9 felonies with 180 years of potential prison time. And when I didn't plead guilty, they railroaded me through a trial that was so outrageous that the First Circuit Court of Appeals overturned all of my core convictions unanimously. For example, they had picked a judge who blocked over 98% of my evidence during the trial. Our daughter's perfect test scores and my son's world record swim, and the fact that he had a swim time that proved he's one of the fastest on the USC team, were all improperly blocked from the jury. It was outrageous. Trials don't need to be perfect, but they do need to be fair.
John, you mentioned your family. So how has this whole ordeal affected your life?
It's been devastating at every level for our children and my wife. You can't imagine the heartache of watching your wife cry herself to sleep nearly every night as she worries about our children's futures. And I lost my job this entire time at the peak of my career, and we were forced to spend our entire life savings to clear our family's name. And although we won in the Court of Appeals, where do we go now to get our good names back?
Can you talk a little bit about the media's role in the whole scandal?
I think the media exacerbated the situation, certainly for me. We were all being smeared through guilt by association by the prosecutors and the media. Perhaps the most outrageous example was Netflix, who ran a documentary which included me with 9 other parents who pled guilty, despite my facts being very different, that poisoned the jury pool before our trial even began. And this outrageous case included us, an honest, hardworking family, with a bunch of celebrities who gained national media attention. The Scandal Within the Scandal shares some outrageous details that should frighten every law-abiding American. If they can do it to us, they can do it to other families too.
And John, where can we find your book and learn more about your experience?
Well, let me say first that all the proceeds from the book are going to charities. And it's really about getting the truth and our story out there more than anything else. You can buy the book on Amazon.com or any other online retailer out there, or visit the website scandalwithinthescandal.com.
All right, John Wilson, author of Varsity Blues: The Scandal Within the Scandal. Thanks again for being with us and for sharing your story.
Great to be here.